All right, hello everyone. So today is the 27th. Let's take a look. Now, this is yesterday. I've already posted the Astro hours about 7 o'clock today, so it's about 50 minutes ago, I think. And now here we are. Now, these are the Astro hours. I've aligned them up, as you can see. And yesterday as well, Astro hours market shoots up. Astro hours breaks out, reverses back all the way down. So we had a good push up and a pull down. Now what? Well, we're in a bit of a sandwich zone here, but this is how we were here, as you can see, and this is how we were here on Monday. And Monday was a swing day. The market made the low, gave us a bit of an up move there, gave us the sign that it could possibly go up after breaking the high of Asia and closing above it. Nice retracement into 25% on the GAN retracement, and then Astro hours, nice and easy, and then market pushing up. Okay, so that was that. So what do we need to do now is a question mark. Now here we're again in the sandwich zone, just like yesterday and the day before. We're making higher highs, but if I just make this a little tighter on a 1 hour chart, okay, you can see that we might be turning into a distribution here. Now there's two options here. We're either going to be a runner, like push up, or this is going to turn into a distribution sideways market. As you can see, that's the high. Well, now I can just push this up. That's the high. That's the low. And around here, we're going to muck around. The market will sell the highs and maybe push down, or we're going to break out and go up for the third tap. We'll have a 1, 2, 3, and then a ABC maybe. All right. So there are two options there. Both are feasible. So we're going to have to trade both sides of the market. Now, support 59. Note these down, 2,167.41. So 2,167. Here it is. Then we've got the upper resistance on the daily, which is 75, 2,216. And what's that LCL one? That's a bit out there, 2,271. So 2,216 is okay. And the weekly, as you know, is 2,220. All right, there it is. So we've got that zone being a resistance zone, which is nice. So if we get back up there, which the market might do, okay, I'm happy to kind of push into that zone. Now, this is the hourly. If you're using the 8 a.m. strategy, you can always get in at the Astro hours, at the lows. If you're going to buy, do it at the lows. If you're going to sell, obviously do it at the highs. So on the 1 hour chart, that price is 2,173. So if the market does dip down a little bit, you can still get in. But as you can see, we're just above here. The market has not closed a bar above the weekly or above the closing of yesterday. All right, so that's the closing on a 15-minute chart, and this is an Astro hour. Now, can we enter this trade? Now, there's a bit of there's pretty much close. We can enter this trade. You guys want to take a trade? You can. Okay, but we've got Astro hours coming here at 9:45. Okay, this zone might be a little choppy until we get to 9:45, but this is not a bad spot at all. All right, it's not a bad spot to kind of push up. If you want to wait for that, you can. If it breaks out, pulls back, then you can go again. So this zone here might be like up and down a little bit. And if we're back down, it could be a little lower as well. Like what? Like this. Okay, here is there, as you can see. So the market's broken out, pretty much done it, tapped in here. So this box is okay also to kind of get in, and then you got to put your stop loss under there, cover the trade up there because that's your first sandwich zone, higher level. If it breaks above, then you know we're going up to New York session or the high of the previous day, which is going to be up here. All right, I like to be a little conservative, so if I'm going to head for there, I like to put the target slightly lower Okay, and what you can also do is a little trick. You can just take the closing hour for the closing, for example, price for the London for yesterday, which is right there, and use that as a target as well. It's not a problem. Okay, if that's that's what we can go for. This is not a nice place to get into a trade. This is a 15-minute chart, obviously. 38 is what? 2,174, 2,172. So 2,172 is where? Is down here. It's a bit too far down for this one. Let's just do this. On the hourly, 42, 2,173. Yeah, it's a bit down there. Okay. So what we might want to do is wait for this zone, 2,173 to 2,171. This might be a sweep zone. All right. But this is not a bad place to buy either with a tight stop loss. If you want to risk it, it's doable. Okay. That's that. I just don't like to sell right under a good buy kiss because becomes a resistance level. Okay. And then we got the Astro hours happening here, which is a better Astro hour than this one. So we can just chill out for the moment and see how things pan out. If it goes up and then comes down here, that's better for us. We can go long as well. Or if it sticks around here, then slides down here, going up from here is also okay. If we break out, pull back, go up, I'm okay to do that too, if it matches a good Astro hour. All right. And if we're up here, I'm okay to sell off as well. I'm okay to do so. I'm going to get rid of this. This is actually a good zone, but there's just too many. You know what? I'm going to do this. I am going to put this on the map here. And that's it. All right, I'm going to put this on the map here. Okay, so that's fine. All right, so let's go on to euro dollar. Now, euro dollar, if you sold off yesterday, remember, this is a price I gave you guys yesterday. I said we can sell off here, we can sell off there, wait for the Astro hours, wait for the reversal. You can see that's the Astro hour, market beginning to reverse. All you had to do was sell off around here with a tight stop loss just above there and let it go. And look at that. That's the Astro hour. Market comes down right in there. All you had to do was get out. And that's yesterday's daily pivot plus a price target there, which I've put in before. It's nearly done it yesterday, definitely done it today. So let's do this. Let's refresh the chart. Now I've got the daily pivot up there. It's fine. What do I have to do now with this? Let's see. Let's just refresh. Okay. So that's the daily pivot. We're going to have to first check out the daily. All right. Now, remember with yesterday, remember I drew these yesterday. If you learned technical analysis from me, you don't need a lot on your screen. You just need to know what to draw, where to draw it. This is where I got the numbers yesterday, remember? So all we had to do was put in the 60, put in the 80, wait for the Astro hours, sell it off. Okay. And that was it. And I talked about the breakout hours. So once the market broke out, no big deal. It just went up there. This is 11, 12 there, and that's your breakout hour. Going into 140, 130, that's your 130. Selling off right in there. Okay. Going all the way into there. So today, if we go back up, selling is not a bad idea. Okay, because this is a good sell reaction. And this level is also a buy level. So where can we buy today? The bottom line is 38, 1.0797. So let's put those down, 1.0797. And that's the previous week's low with a sweep. All right, so let's do this. 1.0797. Okay, so can we still push down here? We can. If the market goes up, okay, we can push it down at the Astro hours. Even here, look, this is the closing price. 7:30 is an Astro hour. Okay, so that's that. This is not a bad place for the market to push. Then we've got the other hour, which is 9:45. Which is right there. So we've got 9:45 until, 9:45 is not a bad spot at all. Okay. And that should take us to 11:20, which is there. All right. So this zone is okay to be selling off. If New York retests the highs, pushes it into the daily pivot at an Astro hour, sell it off. Okay, you can do that. Now on the daily, once again, this zone is going to be slightly lower. Which is just slightly lower, which is 59. So, which is pretty much up here, right? So I'm not going to really change that. It's just there. But I don't see it going all the way up there because we've broken the low off yesterday. So if we go back up, selling at the daily pivot looks nice, okay? And, the market's pretty much closed all the levels here, all right? And that's basically, so continuing to sell, I think, is the better way to go with the euro dollar. It's just not the best spot. This is why I said yesterday as well, our long-term perspective is down, as you know. We want to go down on the weekly. We want to come all the way down here, actually, all right? And that's 43 on the weekly, 1.0750, which I've put here as well, 1.0750. So we've got targets down there. So selling the moves that went up into the lower end of things is not a bad idea. It's just that I rather sell up here or in this zone than selling here because this is a buy zone. This is where the market bought. All right. So remember, Tuesday and Wednesday were swing days for the euro dollar. So selling the highs was a good idea. All right. Because the market comes down, goes up into Tuesday, Wednesday, sell it off. Right. So if we go back up again into this zone, at Astro hours, selling is okay. This 57 is 1.0911. That is just far out. 1.0911 is all the way up there. And it's not really going to go there unless there's some hectic news coming out. Okay. But this is the situation, as you can see. So my bias is to the downside. It would be nice if we were like up here close to the daily pivot to sell off as well, because everybody's stop loss is now here. They'll want to sweep this off. Let's take a look at SP500. Now, SP500 nicely fell yesterday right onto the blue line, which was, remember, the level that I gave you. I said down here, you can also go long. Why? Because it's a PST level. The market sold the high. This is a beautiful trap. Everybody got caught up here. Anybody who was buying, they just caught them out, flushed them out, brought them to the Astro hour, the market PST level, and now they're buying it and they're screwing everybody over here as well. Okay, so let's take a look at the daily. What I've got here is, at the end of the day, market can still push up. We're in an upwards motion. Where to 72 is a place where we can sell off 5,288.91. 5,288. All right, here it is, 88.91. Let's say if the market gets back up there, we can sell it off. That's your 91. And that's your 88 is there. All right, so that zone is your kill zone. Again, now, will it get there? There's a bit of a gap here. We can still sell off here. They're just filled in that gap. All right. So the market's selling back down at Astro hours, 9:45 New York. Might not be such a bad thing if you think about it, because we pretty much broke these lows off the previous day. And this is the sell zone. All right. And that's basically it. Now, if they don't come back to do these little details here, this is also not a bad place to sell off. You know, obviously the previous day high, previous week low, needless to say. Okay. But PST levels is what I do like. Will it go up there? I don't know. We don't know. So what we can do is buy the low, 62.5212 at an Astro hour, obviously. 5212 is there. So at Astro hours, we can dip down, buy the lows here at Astro hours with a tight stop loss, and then go up. If you want to sell down here and then to go up, that's an option. That's doable. When at Astro hours, you can sell off, push it down into this zone here, and obviously get out. And then if it's an Astro hour, reverse from there with a tight stop loss as well. So they're both doable. On the weekly, we've got 74. If they decide to push it down, 179 is there. So there's room to push down as well. So don't be stubborn. If you get stopped out and if you were wrong, stay out. Don't push it. And this is basically it. This is a nice breakout here. So following it through into there is also a possibility, and it's doable. Now let's take a look at Dow Jones. As you know, the indices go together. Be mindful of the swing days, guys. Whatever you're trading, all right, SP 500, remember it was Monday, Tuesday. Dow Jones, Monday, Tuesday. NASDAQ, Monday, Tuesday. So Monday, Tuesday, for these guys were important. And that's your Monday, that's your Tuesday. Beautiful pull down, going up. So there you go, Tuesday making the low, retesting, sweeping stops, pushing up. So this is a bit of a tricky situation now. Why? Because this is just a huge dump, but we haven't gone below where the pump started, right? So this is a sideways market. The market will want to sell off. Okay, as you can see, this is what they did in New York. Now we've got Astro hours at 7:30 and 9:45. That's your 7:30 there. 9:45 happening there. So you wait for 9:45. And if we're still hanging around here, this is, London session. So they've just swept the stops there, I think. Let's take a look. Yeah, as you can see, that's just sweep the stops of New York, okay, and trying to push down. So this zone is going to be important for us. If they do push it down, you have to be careful now, because we're with the PST, we're right in the middle, isn't in the sandwich zone, okay? But because Monday, Tuesday was a swing day for this, and the next swing day for this one is Thursday. So we've got Thursday and Friday on the cards. Will we go up somewhere, or will we just crash down into Thursday, Friday is a question mark. This is your zone. Look, the market is going sideways. So they will want to sell the highs. See, sell the highs. That's Monday. London sells off. New York sells off. This is yesterday. London starts to sell off. New York agrees. Okay. So now we're beginning to come into London again. Do we want to sell it off? Okay. If we're at these levels at Astro hours, yeah, we want to push it down. You got to cover your trade in the opening, mind you. All right. This is where the market closed and opened. So make sure you cover your trade. Why? Because that's going to be a support level. If the market comes and dips into there, you'll have to take some profit, cover the trade, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Now this zone is still on the cards. I'm going to extend it. Why? Because everybody's stop losses are above the square, above this rectangle. All right. So above this box. Do they want to screw everybody over? Obviously. Okay. So selling could be in this range. Now, what do we have here? I've got the low at 39,543. So 39,543. Oh, is right there. Whoopsie daisy. Well, it's right there. This zone's a good sell zone as well. All right. It's going to close everything, the gap plus, meet with the wicks, and that's it. Okay, so that's a good sell zone. On the weekly, as you can see, we're also in the middle of nowhere. It's a sandwich zone. So it's a bit of a drama. Okay, so this could also be, it's like a good runner. It's aggressive. Okay, but this is also a great place to trap everyone who's going long. And on the monthly, well, we could still push up into that zone, 40,076. It's a bit out there. But like I said, I'll extend this up here as well. But this is like a nice zone to sell off. And if you want to do, like I said, that intraday trade at 9:45, maybe wait for the 9:45 and see how things pan out, because from 7:30 to 9:45, it's a bit tricky. Now then, let's take a look into NASDAQ. Selling the highs, that's what I like to see. Beautiful. See, NASDAQ is like acting nice and easy. We're at the highs, market selling off at Astro hours. You see the session highs are important, as you can see. And New York is just complementing the whole thing. Okay, from the highs, 1 o'clock, 1:15, 1:30 yesterday, New York, and just nice and easy. Okay, so what to do? Again, nice retracement up. Where to sell this off? Well, this zone is even okay. 18,382. Let's check out where that is. 18,382 is around there. So if the market pops back up into this zone, it's sellable again. Mind you, it hasn't broken the low of the week yet. All right, so be mindful. That's Tuesday. Monday low is there. Okay, so Tuesday low, it hasn't gone any lower. So this is now what we have. What do we have on Monday? Nothing. That's a red day. Okay, so that's a red day, and so on. Okay, so if the market goes up a little bit more, I think selling is on the cards. Market should push down a little bit more in there. 48, 18,072. So we've got room to come down to 1872 is there, pretty much there. And that's the previous month's high there. So selling the highs, selling these levels is okay. There are no gaps here. I don't know if we'll come all the way there, but if it's an Astro hour and we're here, this is also not a bad zone to be selling off. Right there. Okay. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. Now, I talked about these levels, they're high levels. So obviously you don't want to be mucking around, buying and holding around here. Market's making all-time highs. We're bound for a retracement. If this retracement holds and it starts selling off, then selling is not a bad idea. And we gave those levels yesterday. They're still valid today, 64. So if the market goes up into 72,200, let's say, you can still sell off. Okay, at Astro hours, this zone's a sell zone. Be mindful for stop sweeps around here. Now the market is in an upwards trend and it's going sideways. And market, players in the market want to buy low. So when we have such a setup, there'll be buyers here. There'll be sellers there, buyers there, because everybody's opinion is some of them want to go long, some of them want to go short. So the best place to go short is if the price is high. The best place to go long is if the price is low. And these are the lows of the past few days. So they'll want to go long from here. You don't want to be selling around the lows. If you want to sell this, you got to go and wait for the tops. On the 4-hour chart as well, you can see we've got this downward slope happening. Market coming back down into the mid zone, I think is logical. All right. So if you've learned technical analysis from me, just draw your lines and don't guess. Okay. This is where we're going to be coming into. All right. So no need to guess. If they start to sell off, this is the zone. All right. That's how it is. So if you want to sell this zone here, it's okay to do so. Your first support is there. A bit of a push up to sell down, I think is okay. There's no real major breakdown here, so you have to be careful. Try to do it at the red lines, okay, like on the PST and so on. This LCL1 is also 72,938. It's the blue line. So note those down. All right, 72,938. It's that one. The red one, 64. 72,200. So this zone, if it goes back up again, is very much sellable. Okay, but you got to do it with caution because we've got a big up move here. You can also wait for a reversal setup. You don't have to rush it if you're day trading. I wouldn't rush anything with cryptocurrencies. The swing day for this, I already posted them up on Monday, so you know what to wait for. Monday was a swing day. Well, there's your Monday. So, the next swing day is coming up later on. So you still have time. The market may still push up and do a double top or whatever. So, waiting might be the way to go. If you're going to buy, like I said, it's also okay to buy because we're in an upwards push after the impulse wave. Do it from the lows. Understand there's a gap here. All right, so the market might want to come in, fill it up, sweep the stops, and go long from here as well, because we've got even lows here. All right, so don't just dive in. Make sure your hours match your technical analysis.